Hello, everybody.
Morning, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, so we were both just talking. A lot of folks think that season three is kind of pumping the brakes on the Good Place a little bit, which I like it for that.
Yeah,
I like the fact that it is taking its time.
right. I would kind of agree that the first two seasons there was a little bit more plot.
Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, yeah.
things were kind of moving plot wise
Breakneck
a little bit
speed.
faster, and this is a little bit more reflection
Mhm.
and character development, which I really enjoy in a show. Right, it's
Me
why
too.
I love Mad Men so much.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stretches of Mad Men where plot wise not a lot happens,
Mhm.
but you just get to really live inside the head of really nuanced characters a little bit
Sure.
and understand them a little more.
Mhm.
And for me, that's a lot of fun as far as like endearing me to a show is
Yeah.
I want to get wrapped up in the characters and their lives, and I feel like this season's doing that for me.
I do too, and obviously I just started Game of Thrones. It's similar to that for me,
Sure.
because that's a big show where there's a lot of exposition,
Mhm.
but it's not bad exposition. It's exposition that fleshes out the world and the characters, and I think this is similar to that.
It falters a little at
Less
the end,
death, though.
but I agree with you. I really think that the exposition, there are ways to do exposition well,
Yes.
and I think for the first at least 6 seasons, Game of Thrones does it really well,
Mhm.
right? As far as laying out a lot of it, the Harry Potter movies, right?
Yeah.
We're two movies deep, and there's had to be so much world building
And we just
in
gotta go
those
with
two.
it.
Yeah, but it's done so well.
Yeah.
And it's laid out in a way where you're never like, these exposition scenes.
We catch it obviously because we do this a lot,
Right.
But at the same time, we just go with it, and it's done so well to where it's not like okay, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, like West Wing, right? The Donna
Yes. Yeah.
like the Donna asking a lot of basic questions of Josh because she's not a political insider,
Yeah.
and the conversation between those two and the explanations, that's a largely exposition.
It's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, it's an engaging way, right? Like keep this interesting for me, and let's have it character driven. If you're going to be doing a little bit, a little reader react education here, then do it in a way where you're actually not just giving me the information, but advancing the characters in the story. And I feel like this show does that as well as anything.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like you want to take a break for not a break. You want to slow down a little bit and like look around. You're like, wow, we're on Earth right now. Think about where this show started and think about where we are now.
Sure. Yeah.
The two demons, or I guess Michael's the only demon really, but Michael and Janet
Right.
are powerless on Earth, living with the humans, and the four main cast, they've still found each other even in real life.
Sure. The simple
That's crazy.
Yeah, the simple fact that we're actually on Earth and they're actually living their lives right now.
Yeah.
This season is more traditional sitcom, right?
True.
The structure of regular people, or it not regular people, but people going through like the mundane lives of being at home, being at work, whatever, their relationships. That's like sitcom right down the pipe, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing that this season when they really didn't the previous season, right? So the exploration of big ideas kind of takes the front and center now that we're not doing such fantastical things with the show.
But even the fact that it's a sitcom now, more traditionally, it's not hokey.
No, not. I don't mean that bad way.
Yeah,
They're they're just using the frame device really well for this.
I'm amazed by it.
Right, and now that it looks like Sean's going to show up, we're obviously going to break the formula yet again, like we always do on this show.
He's a naughty bee.
Yes, God, such a good time. All right, we're going to go and jump in and get started here. We would like to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Foldes, Chris, Jeff, Christy Gunderson, sorry, Christy, and Jay, Surya Gundavarapu, and Weird Magic. Thank you so much, guys. We're really happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hey.
If you'd mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including The Good Place, we are at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon, and we're on YouTube. So if you watch the YouTube edits and would like to keep going, you can do it on our Patreon. You're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. For copyright reasons, you will only see and hear us. Yeah. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive and just started the Netflix miniseries Godless, which that first episode was really good.
It's dork.
All right, Patreon subscribers, welcome back. We're going to jump into episode 8 here. 3, 2, 1. Can't believe we only have like a season and a half left of the show.
When it's good, it flies by.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we get sad.
You know what's making me think right now? I hope this is Doug. I hope we get to meet Doug at some point in real life.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope we have the right house. I'm looking for a Doug Forsett.
I'm Doug
Called it.
Forsett.
Oh!
What do you think happens when you die? And I saw with perfect clarity how the afterlife works. I designed a life that would maximize my point total and help me get into the good place.
We have to learn everything we can about what makes him
Tomato
tick
fear.
so we can use it to help others. He is the blueprint, Janet.
Why take fresh water away from the beavers and the fish? No, I have my composting toilet hooked up to a water filtration system.
No thanks.
Do you think the whole point is we're gonna learn that the whole system is flawed? Because I think that's what the show's been about.
Yeah, you have to find the middle ground.
Yeah.
Nice, Nail. I don't name them in case they already have a name they prefer.
Huh.
It's only gonna be funny if like the person they put on the pedestal for the whole afterlife is just a quack.
Yeah, I was literally thinking he's a little quacky.
When is the right time to tell someone you are passionate lovers in an alternate timeline in the afterlife, but he
You
doesn't
don't.
remember because
Never,
technically none
yeah.
of that happened?
Don't think you would want Chidi to know what happened in the past unless you wanted it to happen again in the present.
Agree. Yeah.
100%. Thank you, Tahani.
It may be painful, but it's never a bad idea to tell someone how you feel.
You've
Oh.
rescued every stray animal that's ever wandered onto your property?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I've been mauled several times.
For whatever reason, this loser does whatever you tell him to do. Watch. Hey, give that guy your shoe.
Would that make you happy?
Very happy.
See, yeah, this whole system is
Oh,
flawed.
God.
See, if I make him happy, I get the points. That's how the system works, remember?
Yeah, it's a dumb system. Yeah,
Doug
sure.
is not
right.
the blueprint of how to live a good life. He's become
Yeah.
a happiness pump.
Or-
A happiness pump is someone who is obsessed with maximizing the overall good at his or her expense.
Well, it was so nice to meet you, Janet, and you, Mark. I mean, Michael. I called you Mark. No, this is very bad. Forgetting someone's name, that's definitely lost me some points.
Bomba John is the name of a demon from the
Yeah.
bad place who is
I'm glad she knows all this now.
right over there. So, we need to get out of here immediately because this bar is full of demons. Okay, Chidi and I are gonna go out the side
Dead.
door. You and Tahani go out the back.
Or we do this the old-fashioned way.
Hello, idiots. Surprised to see me? Right, you don't remember.
The limits of Scotch tape.
What you're doing here, how you're living your life, just so wonderful. But can I maybe give you just a little advice? What you're saying is true about the afterlife, then you must have earned more than enough points by now. So loosen up, bud. You know, live your life, travel, drink regular water that wasn't inside you.
I can't risk it. There's an accountant out there somewhere measuring the value
nail
of
this.
everything
did.
I do.
I love this episode.
This is great so far.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take us to the bad place already, dude?
Because I want to see the look on Michael's face when he realizes he failed.
This is all gonna go wrong here.
There it is. Watch Michael show up right here.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael. See the look on his face?
If you want them, you're gonna have to go through me.
That's the idea.
Well, it's a bad idea.
12 years of fencing. On guard. Obviously, I'd never do that in a competition. I've never marvelized a Janet before.
Jacksonville style, baby. 2,000 points.
This is awesome, right?
Yeah, it is. This is legit fight scene.
It is.
Michael showed me a memory of our time in the good place, and we're in love.
God.
And there's a real possibility that I'm in love with you again.
Oh, cool. When I'm even partway through the door to the afterlife, my powers come back.
You're coming with me.
Hi there.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought Janet was gone.
She just drop kicked Sean through a table. Get away.
Get away from the
From the
door.
door.
I don't like that being there. It's like someone's gonna reach out and grab him, you know?
The bad place is going to get all of them eventually. These four, their loved ones, even your precious pee-pee king, Doug Forsett.
I thought Doug Forsett was the blueprint for leading a good life. He seems pretty confident that Doug is heading to the bad place.
I'm worried that the problems with the system might be much more serious. We need to gather some real evidence. Janet and I have to go right to the source of the points themselves, the accountant's office. 4 of you, stay here.
Oh
I have an
wow.
idea. I think I can take you into my void.
Cool. That sounds fun. Let's go into a void.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go to a void.
All of you will definitely die on Earth when I do this, so look around and say goodbye.
Goodbye, Earth.
Wait, did you just say we're gonna die?
Blew the show up again, just like they always do.
All right. Apparently, I don't know.
They're the boys, right?
Who knows? Well, that's it. Once you go in here, you're definitely dead on Earth. So, no,
I don't either.
I don't know. Once again with the show, we have no idea.
Right.
All I know is that this episode is great.
Yeah. So now I'm assuming they're all going to go to the source and Wizard of Oz style try to meet the accountant and figure out what's what as far as the point system. Yeah. See, because I'm glad we're getting back to that, because I've always felt like from the very beginning that was one of the main points of the show is like doing good deeds, right, for these reward cookies, versus doing bad deeds, have them taken away, and that determines if you're a good person or a bad person.
Yeah.
through these whatever these actions are, is a flawed system, right?
I can't remember if we talked about that in season 1, but yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
because it is messed up. You know what I mean? Like it's I get it,
right?
Be a good person on Earth,
sure,
do enough good things. But the fact that it's a point system, it's like, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, right. There's, the whole point is people are nuanced, and people some people have more opportunities to do good versus other people who were born in situations where they really can't or won't.
Jason.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for someone like Tahani, who obviously didn't make it, it could have been because carrying out good actions like charity work, for instance, it can't come from a place of privilege, right?
I think so.
Most people don't have the kind of time to be like, I'm going to work in a soup kitchen 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, and it's a good thing to do, and I encourage people to do it, but you have to have the means to do it.
I was going to say, if you have the means to do it, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't,
some people
don't be a Doug.
So, some people never have the opportunity to be charitable people, and that doesn't make them bad people. It means that they just are in different circumstances.
A big believer of it's the little thing.
Right? Yeah, sure.
It's the little thing, baby steps, and it was great to see Michael
McKean.
Thank you, Michael McKean. Love him.
Took me a second too. Oh yeah,
love him as an actor.
Better Call Saul and all
was
the Christopher Guest movies.
He was also in Short Circuit 2, which is.
I don't know if I ever saw the second one.
It's not good.
I'm sure
it's really bad.
Well, the first one's not good.
But if you watch him in it, he looks the same.
I mean, he's on Laverne and Shirley. The guy's a legend.
Legend. I really didn't expect him to show up here. This is probably around the same time as Better Call Saul, right?
Yeah, got to be right. Wait, he wasn't on the whole run of Better Call Saul. He was in about the first half of it.
Yeah. So I mean, like around that time.
Sure.
Anyways, yeah, that was really fun that we actually got to meet Doug, and it's not the Doug from the picture; it's older Doug.
Well, it can't really be Doug from the picture because Doug from the picture
super young. Those were
well, he's not an actor.
Oh, it's not an actor.
No, it's like a roommate of somebody.
Oh,
they found a guy to pose for the picture that one of them will.
That's funny.
So yeah,
that's even.
I don't think he's really a performer. So I did. When they said we're going to meet Doug, I was like, they're going to have a guy who's just like kind of a rando friend off the street.
It'd be hilarious if they cast that guy in this.
Right.
But that was a really fun aspect of this episode as well. I thought the fight scene was really well carried.
It was great, wasn't it?
Who directed this episode? They shot the crap out of it. They really shot that well.
That they did not go cheap or flimsy. It's like when you watch like a sitcom that's like set in a police station, right? Sometimes it's like, well, the legal stuff isn't really that important, and like these cops aren't following any type of real legal rules or
any Miami Vice episode.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh wait, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Well, this one they could have easily skimped on that fight scene. It's like, this isn't a fight show, so they can make it as corny as they want. A lot of sitcoms that have fights, it looks ridiculous when they have them because that's not what the show is.
It's a small scale. Yeah.
But they did. They committed to it really well there.
I believe that Darcy had to learn some choreography there.
I really feel like
all of
them
were doing
it. Yeah, everyone that participated in the fight was really, really going at it.
She just was hitting throat chops left and right.
The first throat chop on Sean where you just stepped in and hit him. It's like, it was pretty solid.
I don't know why throat chops are so funny, but they just are,
Right.
But that was an awesome fight scene. I am curious to see what happens this next episode, especially if them all in the void and then going to find the accountant. If they cast another big name.
You can almost not have seasons on this show because,
I
we don't follow an arc for a season like most shows do, and then change up for the next season if they change up at all. This one will just there is no moment where the show can't completely change what it is on a dime, which is fantastic.
And it's a relatively short show as well.
Right.
I mean, 20-minute episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little over 20 minutes. You could easily bang the whole show out in like a week, I would assume.
Yeah. This is a binger. Yeah, for sure.
And I think I'm gonna do that whenever we're done with this. I really do.
Well, I feel like this and Mad Men are two shows that I absolutely have to go back and binge when we're done with them.
Yeah,
because there's so much nuance to both of them.
Yes.
Um,
It's kind of like watching. Typical example here, Sixth Sense or Fight Club. After you know the twist, that's really bad examples because they're way different things. But like, it's like watching a movie with a great twist after you've seen it, you know, and then just like picking up on everything.
The Usual Suspects for me is that movie.
Yeah, thank you. That's a much better example.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I can't wait to do that with this show because this is a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Than those examples we
for sure
described out, even lighter than Mad Men. Mad Men's fantastic, and I'm gonna watch the crap out of that as soon as I can.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, well, I want to see everything. I want to get all the references. I want to pick up on it and go, oh, there's that. Because I think at this point, we're big fans of this show.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take it to the
the
next
show's
level.
great. Yeah.
Uber fans.
By the way, when you watch The Sixth Sense for a second time, all you really do is find plot holes.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun to look at the
massive plot
It's
holes.
fun, like, oh, that's why she's not talking to him. You know?
Right, for sure. Like that's the end, but then it's like, wait a second, he didn't talk to anybody else for
Not
an
a
entire
single
year
person.
except his wife and that kid for a year. How did he get the case?
He's in the room with that lady many times, and he's just not like, oh, she's rude.
He never once talked to his mom.
That's what I'm saying.
Never talked to Toni Collette.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, plot holes. Although I do love the movie. Obviously, that's not what the movie's about.
That's great.
At any rate, we will catch you on the next Good Place.
See